Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed.
Alrighty, taking a quick look at the study guide. I'm not going to go into too much detail on these finding patterns kinds of problems because it's not on the test. You are going to be given a lot more practice with this in a later chapter, and you're going to be assessed on it later. Right now, you can just check and see how well you did, if you understood it. It didn't ask you to find a rule, but I put the rule in there. You look at this, and it's growing by 5 every single time. So the number of dots is always 5 times the figure number. So the 10th figure would be 5 times 10, which is 50. In this situation, they seem to be growing by 3 every single time. And so it turns out the rule is 3x plus 1. If you went back to your figure 0, you'd take away 3. So you'd start with 1, and then every figure number is increasing by 3. So the 10th figure would be 3 times 10 plus 1 is 31. Okay? This one, I imagine, would have been very, very tricky to try and figure out what the 10th figure was. Again, go ahead and correct it. I don't really want to spend too much time having you focus on why you got things wrong for these problems. Just make the correction and don't worry about it. We're going to move on. Being able to identify points on a coordinate grid and then place the points on the coordinate grid. It's pretty straightforward here. I talked about it in the closure problems. You identify the points where they intersect. 2, 2. This one would be -5, 3. And you always want to make sure, yes. You always want to make sure that you're identifying the x value first. Where does it fall on the x line? Then the y value after that. So here, you're doing it in reverse. For k, you're going to go to 0 on the x line, and then -4 on the y line, and plot that point. Okay. So pause if you need to make sure you got those in the right spots. I'm moving on. This is where I would like for us to spend more time because you are going to have proportional type problems on the test. In these cases, we're trying to find unit rate. So to find unit rate, it's very straightforward. You take the rate that is provided, 731 words in 17 minutes, and you try and figure out the number of words per minute. So the giant one process in every one of these situations is going to happen. It's going to result in you taking this number and dividing it by that number, because 17 divided by itself equals 1. So you're going to have to divide the 731 by 17 as well for that giant one. Okay, so we're going to take this divided by that is 43 words per minute. Pages per minute. So this is the clue of what you're going to divide by. If it's per minute, then this is the number that goes on the bottom. So that's the order you would divide it. So 258 divided by 86 is 3. So that's 3 pages per minute. This is cost per box. And so this is, the boxes are going to go on the bottom since it's listed second. So $4 or $43.35 divided by 15 is equal to $2.89. And so that's going to be the unit rate. $2.89 for one box. So every single one of these, probably the trickiest part is knowing which direction to divide by. And so it tells you here in the parentheses. Per minute means you divide by the number of minutes. Per pound, divide the dollar amount by the number of pounds. And in this case, problem 5, you probably want to change that to 2.25 so you can use your calculator. Okay? So those are all the unit rate problems. And I'm just going to let you take a look at these answers. And if you have any questions, once again, contact me and I'll pull it up and work through any of these that you need help with. Okay? All right. I told you it was going to be quick, less than 5 minutes, but you may want to spend a little bit more time pausing and working through the problems to make sure that you know how to get these answers, because 50%, half of your test that you're going to be taking for the Chapter 1 test is going to involve proportional reasoning and unit rates. Okay? All right. Bye.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in Durga, walk